All right, next comic coming up on stage, hilarious human being. He's performed comedy all over the world. Start clapping right now, Adam Strauss.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, thanks. All right. Yeah. Finally an able-bodied comic. Am I right, guys? All right. I'm not really. I like how Troy said he's performed comedy all over the world, because otherwise you'd guys be like, well, he's performed all over, but clearly not comedy. This is. So he clarified that, but I'm actually not gonna do stand-up. I just. Yeah, I mean, the microphone is clearly unnecessary given the size of this audience anyway. And yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of ambivalence about stand-up. By the time I'm done, you probably will too. I feel like I should get your buy-in though, because this is supposed to be. Are you guys cool with me just talking about some shit?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, what else are we gonna do?
Why
really?
didn't you get invited to a Halloween party?
What'd you say?
Why didn't you get invited?
Oh, I actually did. If you, all right, we'll go there. So this is part of my costume under here. As soon as I get off stage, I'm going to take the subway to Bushwick and strip down. So my costume, it's sort of a conceptual. I've been wearing the same Halloween costume for 14 years, I think. I don't think I've washed it, and no, I might have washed it once, but it's. Wow, you guys really just took control of this set from the beginning. Like, we're going to be asking the questions here. Reverse crowd work. My costume, I'd have to, and there's other elements, and plus it's a lot. It's a lot. So I can't really show you. It's I guess I can tell you what it is. So it's, I'm a fish. You have to see it. Follow me on Instagram. I'll post it tomorrow. It's but anyway, thank you for asking. All right.
What's the handle?
Sorry.
What's the handle?
Does anyone else? It's Adam Strauss, but Adam like atomic. ATOMSTRAUSS. I don't call myself that. Just someone else had the Adam Strauss. Thank you. This is the only person who's going to follow me. Fuck everyone else here.
You gotta put it out there.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate this. Do you want to be my manager?
Yeah.
I love that.
What do you do? What?
So you'll talk after.
You'll talk after. Well, I'm going to a party. Nothing personal. I got better shit to do than hang out here, guys. So, no, you guys seem lovely. Yeah, so, yeah, I guess we're the losers who didn't get, to be fair, no one someone did invite me to a party, but the people who invited me actually aren't going to this party because they're tired. So, yeah, I'm gonna be rocking this party solo. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. It's, yeah. Man. So yeah, I don't know. I could do stand-up. I'm reasonably competent at it, but I just find it's very limiting. I think of stand-up, it's kind of like scuba diving, where you can go down for a little bit, or rather, it's more like snorkeling. Like you have to surface every 30 seconds to get a laugh, and it limits how deep you can get. And
What do you want to do?
thank you. It's hard to do this without questions. So what do I want to do? Interpretive dance, but I feel like that ship has sailed. So I think. Thank you. Well, I don't know if this would be the venue for it. Yeah. What do you do? Am I allowed to ask you guys questions, or is this just a one-way thing? What do you do?
I'm nursing the most incredible hit on my head I've ever had in my entire life.
Before the show, he got injured in the restroom.
You got injured in the restroom?
We were just debating before we came down if we should go to the hospital.
What happened?
Because I may have concussed, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to have this drink.
Based on your behavior, I'm pretty sure you're concussed. But no, I'm joking. No. But no, what happened? So you were in the bathroom upstairs.
I leaned down to pick something up and then with like the full force of Jesus, and I saw Jesus actually. I pummeled my head, and she was actually 5 feet ahead of me.
Yeah, it's actually Jesus. He works in the kitchen, but yeah, I think, is this the way he always is? This is diagnostic.
I'm eating a gummy, and I come alive a little.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. I'm not criticizing. I'm just trying to determine if you have if you have a cognitive injury right now. Basically, I'm.
Amazing you figured that out.
Yeah, I think you're fine. I think you're. Anyone else injure themselves before the show?
I saw him injure himself.
You did. You told witnesses.
Yeah.
So you were in the bathroom with him.
Oh my god, no, it was in the bar.
It was in the bar.
Not
All right. I would say I lost control of this set, but I never had control. So.
You weren't getting into comedy, so now we're all just.
I did have something fun, to be fair. I wasn't just going to be like, so what do you guys want to talk about? But no, it's fine. You're the only people in this crowd who haven't asked a question yet. So no, you too. All right. Just talking about some shit. Talking about the wonder and horror of existence. But you guys look like you're going to a party. Maybe not a Halloween party, but are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you going?
I'm not too sure. Maybe Brooklyn.
You're just narrowing it down to a borough. You're just gonna be just see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm going to Brooklyn too. Maybe we'll wind up at the same party. You'll recognize me by my size medium woman's tights. Probably. Well, yeah. Probably not.
Do you wear it to all your parties, the mask?
Do I wear a mask to all my parties?
If you just no longer just done away with it.
I go to these parties unprotected. I live dangerously. So yeah, people generally don't. Though vaccines are required for this party. A lot of. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your questions. Oh man, yeah. No, I've been. Shit has been very intense for me recently. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. If anyone has OCD, raise your hand 6 times. That's the only joke I'm doing. That's it. And it didn't even get a laugh, so I feel like I feel validated in not doing jokes. If it had gotten a laugh, the guy with a traumatic brain injury liked it, but. So no, I do. The OCD's been really. So my OCD, I don't have people assume with OCD the pandemic must be difficult, but I don't have the contamination fear. And in fact, for me, the OCD, it's largely decision making. I'll get obsessed over even fairly trivial choices, and the compulsion, basically the obsession, I'll spend a lot of time agonizing over insignificant choices. Then when I make a choice, I will feel like I've made the wrong choice and I'll have an overwhelming compulsion to reverse my choice. And I call it white privilege OCD, basically. I ping pong back and forth with these. So the lockdown was blissful for me. I had no decisions to make. But the opening up has been very, very difficult. Has been very, very difficult. In part because I'm living rent-free in a $10 million penthouse in the West Village, and it is fucking hell. It's because I'm constantly, it's ridiculous, but I'm constantly obsessed with this idea that maybe I'd be happier if I went back to my apartment in Brooklyn, where I'd have to pay rent because I have someone subletting my apartment right now.
Whose apartment is
It's a friend of mine who, also a comic, slightly more successful. Wow. Okay. Fuck all of you. That was just hurtful. No. It's fine. No. I will prostitute all of my values and self-respect for one cheap laugh, which is why I'm trying to stop doing stand-up. It's not healthy. Stand-up is not healthy because it trains you to be overly concerned about what people think about you. It's not a recipe for happiness. So, there's a fucking Emmy on the mantelpiece. Not mine, but there's an Emmy on the mantelpiece. Obviously, not mine. But, I've gotten very obsessed. The thing that bothers me about this place is, so it's the penthouse, which sounds nice, and it is nice, but there's heating and cooling units on the roof. And they vibrate, and the vibrations. I'm very noise sensitive. I may be slightly autistic, and so I've been obsessed with that. Then another friend of mine offered me to stay also for free in a house on the ocean in Cape Cod, And I spent 2 weeks obsessing about whether or not I should do this because I love Cape Cod, I love the ocean, but I've also spent a huge amount of time alone by the ocean. Nature is very soothing for me. And I feel like, we just had a fucking lockdown. I kind of want to be around people. Not you guys specifically, but people. In theory, I want to be, no, you guys are great. In theory, I want to be around people. And so I was like, well, if I go there, it'll be beautiful, but I'll be lonely, Yeah, loneliness is, when I was younger, I enjoyed spending a lot of time alone in nature. And as I get older, the loneliness has become more difficult. I think it's because I'm at the stage in life, I'm 47, like I should have reproduced by now. I'm not supposed to be spending time alone anymore. So, and I also got very obsessed trying to decide about Cape Cod, trying to figure out the weather. Like I get very obsessed about weather. Whenever I'm making travel plans, or even just going for a day hike, I'll often have 3 browsers open side by side with weather.com, AccuWeather.com, and weatherunderground.com. And I'm not just looking for probability of precipitation, I'm looking for cloud cover. That's very important to me. I do like Weather Underground because do people know what the Weather Underground was?
What's the difference with the UX and each of those?
The what?
What's the difference? What's the experience? What do you get?
Well, because they give slightly different prognostications of
variance.
Exactly. So I have Googled exhaustively who's more accurate. Generally, and they're all pretty fucking accurate. See, again, I care about cloud cover. I want a sunny day if I'm going to be by the ocean, and that is very hard to predict because that changes, particularly by the water, very quickly. So yeah, that was. So just very like I could check weather 200 times in the course of a day. It's not healthy. So I'm glad no one's laughing.
I feel for you though.
Do you? Do you relate to this? Really?
I don't have that, but I feel for you.
Oh, thank you.
I have a common traveling with me. I always have to buy a sweater when I get there.
Why? Because you don't pack warm clothes?
Yeah, I'm never prepared for it.
You're never prepared?
I would drive me nuts.
And so I assume usually he keeps you on point, but now with his brain injury, I don't know how you guys are gonna. That's it. Yeah. Well, good luck. You have kids? 2. Or peace, maybe. Fuck. Peace. We abandon our kids. Peace out, kids. We're done. I enjoyed that one. All right. Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't fucking know. Thank you. I think so too. These people may. The neurologically compromised person thinks I'm doing great. I'll take it. I will fucking take it. Basically, this is how I find my crowd. Is before every show, I just have someone conking people over the head with a blunt instrument and. Just need to knock down people's IQs 20 or 30 points, and then they appreciate this. Oh man, yeah, it is. It's been tough. It's been very tough. I've just been getting obsessed with stupid shit, and just a lot of just panic attacks, and sobbing, and thinking about suicide. Comedy gold. Thinking about suicide, but I know I'm not actually suicidal because I'm still flossing. I haven't stopped flossing. If I was really going to do it imminently, I would, I'd still brush my teeth because that's unpleasant, but I wouldn't floss. There's no immediate consequences to not flossing. So I think I'm gonna keep going for a while longer. I realized that the other day. I was like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna fucking jump off my 1,500 square foot private patio. Yeah.
That's your friend.
Sorry?
That's your friend.
Where's my friend?
Yeah.
I have several friends, I'll have you know. Who owns the place? I'm not telling you. Dave Chappelle. No, it's no, he's not. He's actually, he made his money more as a comedy writer. You wouldn't have heard of him. One clap for the fact that I have a friend. From the other comics, they're like, we knew Adam might have had a friend, but yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy story, but basically he he unexpectedly, like, I'm not even, why tell you stories about other people? Anyway, I've been there rent-free. I can stay there for a couple more months, which is as long as I want to be in the city. I'm not fucking doing the winter here. Like, fuck that shit. Yeah. Yeah, but I went for a hike on Thursday, and I got totally fucking lost. Like, I have a horrible sense of direction. I feel like that doesn't surprise anyone. I'm not well equipped for life, and so I got really upset about this because I wanted to get to this certain mountain peak where I know there's amazing views. I got very upset about getting lost, and then I was like, you know what? Let me try to like do gratitude, because I do gratitude often as like a proactive practice, and it does help. And I was thinking about things to be grateful for. The fact I live in this apartment rent-free, even though the fucking vibrations drive me crazy. It's just like they get into my brain and they like just shake it up. And then I was thinking about so my friend whose place I'm staying at, he also has a car that I use for free. That's valet parked. But the people in this parking garage are incredibly surly. Like they're just like aggressively rude for no reason. And I was thinking about it when I was trying to be grateful, because I was pissed off that I got lost on this hike, and I was like, you know, what an awful job to be like in a windowless box all day, working this parking garage, inhaling toxic fumes. Like, wow, I'm fucking so grateful that I don't have to, like, I get to hike today instead of doing that. Like, that wasn't that guy's dream when he was a kid, was to work in a, and then I was thinking, that may be the best job this guy's ever had. Because it's not in some ways, it's not an awful job. You don't have to deal with people, you know. And I was really appreciating how lucky I am in contrast to this guy. And then I realized, like, I'm kind of exploiting this guy. Like, I'm just using him as a prop in my gratitude porn scenario. That's probably worse than whatever his employers do to him. So, sorry, you had a question, but I was getting whatever passes for momentum for me in this room, so I didn't want to. But what was your question? He probably doesn't remember. Yeah, brain injury. So, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know what this is, why I want to do this. I think I just feel like I don't know if this is motivated. I've always had a very deep desire to share my experience very directly and transparently, and I do that. I do solo shows that are more like that. But yeah, now I want to do it here, and I'm doing it here, whatever it is. I will open it up for one last question before I. Yes, we can take someone. No. I've been waiting in the wings for this. Sorry?
Where are you going for the winter? You said you're not staying for the winter.
I think I'm going to go to the West Coast, to SF, probably in LA. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, fucking great nature in the San Francisco Bay Area. That's really the thing that draws me there. Plus, there's a theater I like to perform at there. So, all right, one more question. Did you have a follow-up?
No, I just said it's cool minus the whole fire thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, it won't be fire season. But yeah, the fires are, that is unfortunate. I mean, there aren't fires directly, like right in that immediate area, but there's smoke, which is, I don't know if you guys have heard the expression. Okay, one more question. Yes, thank you for raising your hand, unlike all these other assholes who just shout things out. Finally, some etiquette from the audience. Yes?
Will you get a roommate?
Will I get a roommate? Do you have any idea how much fucking money I'm making tonight? Of course I don't need a roommate. What was motivating that question? You're like, who could possibly live with this guy? No, I lived with, for the first time. So I developed, the first time I lived with a woman in I guess it's been like 10 years, was the first 5 months of the pandemic. And I was like, I actually liked it. I like living with someone. It was good. It was, yeah. I was living in, this was an amazing house. I was living in Oakland, rent-free. Sorry?
What happened to the lady?
What happened to her? So, I have jokes about it, which I'm not going to do, but the honest answer. What?
She's not here tonight, you can talk.
Yeah, no, I can talk. It's not that I want to protect her. It's, anyone who dates me, I know, like, it's a basically a disclaimer. Like, I'm going to talk about this on stage. She was cool with that. I mean, I won't give you her name, but I will give you her social security number. What happened with her? So there was a very significant age difference. That was part of the issue. She was in her late 60s, and no, I have to stop going for the laugh. No, she's 26, and I'm not. Also, it was an open relationship, but it wasn't really an open relationship because it was lockdown.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it was. Sorry.
Where do you go?
Right, exactly. So it wasn't in practice. It was not an open relationship, but that was a factor, I think, balancing it out. And the honest answer is this: I feel like, in hindsight, she never really allowed herself. Like, we were in love, but she never allowed herself to be fully vulnerable to me. That was the right answer I got. That's what that ding means. I figured it out. She never really, I never really knew her inner experience. I never really knew what she was afraid of, how she was perceiving the relationship. It's an odd thing. We were very close, especially when it was a fucking lockdown. We were together 24/7. But I didn't really know what was going on with her. Yeah, and she was... In hindsight, I see it as evasive, but I don't think it was even conscious on her part. I just think she's young and just wasn't comfortable with her own vulnerability. And I think it was a lot for her because she'd been with this other guy for a while and it had been an open relationship, but she hadn't actually slept with anyone else until me. So I think that was probably confusing. So, yeah, didn't work out. Yes. All right. Well, there are actual comedians who are going to perform, so I want to let you guys have that experience. But thank you for letting me have this experience. I appreciate. Again, I don't know what this is, but I have had an impulse to do this. So, thank you for letting me do this. And all right, I'll tell you what the costume is. So the costume is basically. I have a little fish mask, right? These are supposed to be fish scales. Unfortunately, you can see I'm circumcised, which is uncomfortable for everyone. And then I have an empty water bottle around my neck, and I'm a fish out of water. It's a pun. All right. Yeah. All right, thank you. I'll take applause for my costume. Thank you, guys.